Imagine a woman so far off the beaten path, she's practically in another dimension. Her name is irrelevant, but her lifestyle is exceptional. This is a woman who embraces the unexpected, the unorthodox, the downright bizarre. A devotee of black metal and electric callboy, she is a satanic, autistic, hot-headed, quite literally explosive MILF. Her bosom is so formidable, it's prone to spontaneous combustion, necessitating frequent replacements. Yes, you heard that right. Now let's talk about her husband, a man suffering from severe, crippling cuck syndrome. He's completely content to let his wife frolic with not one, not two, but 5 black gentlemen in their literary circle. It's a strange arrangement, but it works for them. Our protagonist's life is a roller coaster of oddity. It's a story of personal freedom, of embracing chaos, and of finding joy in the unconventional. As you can see, our protagonist lives a life that's anything but ordinary. If you thought her daily life was unusual, wait until you hear about her parties. Now, these aren't your run-of-the-mill, cheese and crackers kind of gatherings. No, these are full-blown satanic soirees, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, and the boundaries of the natural world are tested. Let's set the scene. Darkened room, a circle of friends, and at the centre, our protagonist, the hot-headed, black metal-loving, autistic dame with an affinity for the occult. Her husband, a man of peculiar tastes, watches from the shadows, a silent observer to the unfolding spectacle. As the night deepens, the party kicks into high gear. The room fills with the sound of incantations, the air crackling with the energy of their shared focus. They're not just casting spells, they're reshaping reality, bending it to their collective will. And then comes the piece de resistance, the crack cocaine. Not your usual party favour, but then again, this isn't your usual party. As the powder makes its way around the circle, consumed with a fervour that borders on religious, something remarkable happens. Their eyes, previously vibrant and full of life, begin to change. They combust, replaced by Venus flytraps, an uncanny transformation that would give even the most seasoned botanist pause. But it doesn't end there. These aren't your standard Venus flytraps. They're robust, satanic even, with an insatiable appetite for, well, let's just say they're not fussy eaters. These parties are more than just a wild night out. They're a crucial part of her lifestyle, a way for her to express her unique identity and share her passion for the occult with her closest friends. And her husband, despite his crippling cuck syndrome, finds a perverse kind of pleasure in watching his wife's transformation, a testament to their unconventional but undeniably strong bond. These parties aren't just wild, they're downright supernatural. So, the next time you're invited to a party, remember not all parties are created equal. Some are just a little more satanic. You might be wondering how autism fits into all this. Well, let's delve a bit deeper, shall we? Our protagonist, the hot-headed, satanic black metal and electric callboy enthusiast, is not just defined by her outrageous parties or her generous bosom. No, she is also a woman on the autism spectrum, and it's this aspect of her identity that adds a fascinating layer to her story. Autism, for her, isn't a disorder. It's a different lens through which she experiences the world. It's this lens that has led her to embrace the darker, more unconventional aspects of life, like black metal. Black metal with its harsh, discordant sounds might be a turn-off for some, but for her, it's a symphony. The chaotic noise resonates with the atypical wiring of her brain, creating a sense of harmony within the disharmony. Her autism also influences her social interactions. You might think that her extravagant lifestyle would be a challenge for someone on the spectrum, especially considering the social difficulties often associated with autism, but she navigates these situations in her own unique way. Her book club rendezvous with 5 black dudes? She sees it not as an act of infidelity, but as a social experiment, an exploration of interpersonal dynamics that most people wouldn't dare to undertake. And then there are her satanic parties. These aren't just wild get-togethers for her. They are rituals, filled with patterns and repetitions that soothe her autistic brain. Each casting of an evil spell, each line of cocaine snorted, is a part of a predictable routine that brings her comfort amidst the chaos. Her autism also gives her a unique perspective on her own actions. She doesn't see her lifestyle as outlandish or scandalous. Instead, she views it as an expression of her individuality, an assertion of her autonomy, and a celebration of her unique neural makeup. So, as you can see, autism isn't a hindrance for her, but rather a part of her unique identity. So, what can we take away from this unusual tale? We have traversed the peculiar existence of our intriguing protagonist, a hot-headed, satanic, black metal enthusiast with an affinity for Electric Callboy. Her life, though far from conventional, is brimming with character and eccentricity that could make even Salvador Dali blush. First, we delved into her unique lifestyle. A woman of larger-than-life proportions, quite literally in the case of her bosom, she navigates a world where her outlandish curves are a source of both pride and inconvenience. Her casual approach to replacing her often popping assets is as refreshing as it is bewildering. Then we dance with the devil in the pale moonlight at her satanic parties. These aren't your typical wine and cheese gatherings. Here, her husband, a man who has come to terms with his crippling cuck syndrome, watches on as she engages in intellectual discourse with 5 scholarly men of colour. These parties, laced with the tantalising aroma of illicit substances, culminate into an explosion of Venus flytraps that have a peculiar taste for male anatomy. Her relationship with her husband, though unconventional, is a testament to the vast spectrum of love. His acceptance of her infidelity, his enjoyment of her satanic parties, and his ability to coexist with her peculiarities paints a picture of a love that's as unique as it is misunderstood. Overlaying all of this is the sheen of autism. It's the filter through which she experiences her world, adding layers of complexity to an already intricate existence. It's a part of her, not defining her, but shaping her experiences in ways that are as varied as they are profound. Through her story, we are forced to reckon with societal norms and our concept of normal. We are reminded that normal is subjective, that it is as diverse as the human experience itself. In the end, our protagonist's life may be wildly unorthodox, but it's undeniably hers. So here's to living life on one's own terms, no matter how unconventional it may be.